this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
He's still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan reacted to Manny Pacquiao's new training video. He said it's unbelievable that at 46 years old, Pacquiao still looks so good. Rogan said it's crazy how Pacquiao, even though he's almost 50, still punches hard and moves like a young fighter. His speed, power, and sharpness are still there, and he looks amazing.
He's still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
Joe Rogan says Manny Pacquiao is a completely different kind of fighter. He doesn't use trash talk or try to create hype. Instead, he proves himself in the ring. Even at 46 years old, his discipline, speed, and power say more than words. Pacquiao stays focused, humble, and dangerous, showing that he is still a serious threat.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like Pat, even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like, Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just like,
don't say that. Yeah. Okay.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's.
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Recent training footage of Manny Pacquiao has sparked more talk among fans. A short clip shows him hitting the pads with sharp focus and surprising speed. His punches come in fast combinations, and his footwork still looks tricky. The same style that once gave top fighters a hard time. Even at 46, there's still energy and rhythm in his moves, reminding everyone of the explosive style that made him a boxing legend. Joe Rogan has often shown great respect for Pacquiao's incredible boxing career. He talks about Pacquiao's amazing achievement of winning world titles in 8 different weight classes, something no one else has done. Rogan says it's not just the number of titles that's impressive, but also Pacquiao's speed and agility, especially for someone of his size. Rogan once said Pacquiao's legs are like tanks, giving him power and stamina. This mix of speed and strength made Pacquiao a rare and dangerous fighter, one who could dominate in many different weight divisions. Joe Rogan has also talked about how exciting a fight between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather could have been if they had faced each other earlier in their careers. He believes that kind of fight would have taken over the internet and social media, breaking records and grabbing the attention of millions of fans around the world. Rogan's words show not just his respect for Pacquiao's boxing skills, but also how big his legacy really is. According to Rogan, Pacquiao is more than just a great boxer. He's a global icon whose success goes beyond the sport of boxing.
Greatest boxer maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao. Man.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Destroyed.
Manny Pacquiao. He
Fucking just
won world titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it, like
Yeah.
that I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school, and the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to me. It was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the
It's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight would have took place many years before than when it did. You know.
Well, it also took place when Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight and just wanted that money and just let's see what happens.
Combat analyst Ryan Campbell shared his thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring at 46 years old. He explained that it's very challenging to face a younger and stronger opponent like Mario Barrios. But Campbell compared it to George Foreman's legendary comeback, saying that age isn't everything in boxing. He pointed out that boxing history has shown us that older fighters can sometimes deliver one last amazing performance, proving that they still have greatness left in them.
Some great fights never take place, or they take place too late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh Season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that ever
Yeah,
started.
and he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight.
Yeah.
He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Campbell also looked at Pacquiao's current physical abilities. He said that even though Pacquiao is clearly past his prime, he still has enough speed to keep up with many average fighters today. While Pacquiao may not be as explosive as he once was, his hand speed and footwork still give him an edge over less skilled welterweights. The boxing world is divided on what to expect from Pacquiao's upcoming fight. Some fans are hopeful, thinking that his experience and ring IQ are still strong enough for a solid performance. But others remember his last fight 5 years ago, where he didn't look as dominant as before. This mix of hope and doubt shows the uncertainty around his return. People are trying to respect his legacy, while also being realistic about what he can still do at this stage in his career.
Only 8-division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC, he's going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those two dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years, at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion, Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around.
Yep.
People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
There's a lot of talk that Pacquiao's fight against Mario Barrios is just the first step in a comeback. Rumors say that if Pacquiao wins, it could lead to a big money fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. Some people believe Barrios was picked on purpose because he's seen as a beatable opponent, giving Pacquiao a chance to gain confidence and build hype for a bigger fight. This kind of strategy is common in boxing, especially when a legend is returning. The early fights are often used to test the fighter's condition and see if there's still strong fan interest.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
One of the most powerful parts of Pacquiao's comeback is his goal to win the WBC welterweight title. This is the same title he won early in his career, which helped start his journey to worldwide fame. This makes his return feel like a full-circle moment, not just about another fight, but a meaningful mission to win back the belt that helped make him a global star.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's gonna beat Barrios, which is gonna lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around, look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
Next, cry me a river, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year. So he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and could build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. That's who they...
Even though Pacquiao is older and has been away from boxing for a while, many experts and fans still believe he has the skills to beat Mario Barrios. His legendary career filled with wins over some of the greatest fighters in history shows that he's still a serious threat in the ring. If he wins this fight, it would not only add to his legacy, but also help shut down critics who doubt whether he still belongs at the top level of the sport.
Boxing Dr. News told Onto Your Gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Mario Barrios and his team are taking this fight very seriously and are confident. Barrios' coach said they are training like they are going to fight Pacquiao at his best, showing the respect they have for the legendary Filipino boxer. Barrios is known as a fighter who loves challenges and never gives up, so this fight will be very important for both fighters. This attitude means Barrios will be ready and motivated for whatever Pacquiao brings to the ring.
Oh, Manny Pacquiao to do something, any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao will be the guy. And that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably, all right? Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. I do, and like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. He's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man that was living a clean life and stuff like that.
Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, said that choosing to fight Mario Barrios was a careful and meaningful decision. Since Barrios holds the WBC title, the fight connects directly to Pacquiao's historic legacy with the organization. Gibbons explained that winning back the WBC belt would be a powerful way to finish Pacquiao's amazing career. This fight is more than just a match. It's an important final chapter in one of boxing's greatest stories.
They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis. That'll be up to them. But I do know one thing about Mario Barrios.
Manny Pacquiao's career achievements are truly special. He has won 12 major world titles and held lineal championships in 4 different weight classes, from flyweight to super lightweight. What's even more amazing is that Pacquiao is the only boxer to win world titles in 4 different decades, showing a level of lasting success that is very rare in boxing. His 25 pay-per-view fights have made over $1.2 billion in revenue, which shows how popular and exciting he is to fans all around the world.
We have Sean Gibbons here Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios, we've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC World Champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny.
In 2021, Pacquiao said he was retiring from boxing to focus on his political career in the Philippines. He ran for president in 2022, but did not win. Even though he lost, he stayed active in public life as a senator and worked on many charity projects. His leaving boxing was the end of an era, but it didn't reduce his influence outside the ring. When Pacquiao announced he was coming back to boxing after retiring, it surprised many fans and experts, especially because he had been away from the sport for several years.
Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished second and third respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
The office of the Vice President confirms Sara Duterte is abroad on a personal trip.
I remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, he started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said, I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather, Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great. He fought everybody. Whenever.
WBC President Mauricio Sulian confirmed that all the approvals were done for Pacquiao to fight for the welterweight title again. But not everyone is happy about Pacquiao's return. Some critics say fighting at 46 years old is risky. They also wonder if he's coming back to protect his legacy or just to make money. Many compare this comeback to Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights. Critics say it seems more like a show than a serious fight. This situation shows a bigger debate about older boxing legends coming back, balancing the respect for their legacy with the risk of hurting their reputation.
The WBC president Mauricio Suliman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I asked myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter. You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, who's the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.